to the C S Cafe, where we do a little storytelling, mix a little poetry, and seduce your mind. Welcome back. We always talk about the disparities in foster care, but never being emancipated. And I'm going to give you a little piece I like to call Emancipated Flower. The silence breaks the tears of turning 18. While home is subjected to the streets. Can't even get peace. Kicked out from chaos and turned a new leaf like Jesus turned water into wine. Only time could tell if what you knew could save you, leaving behind friends and safety nets, knowing less than the average teen. No one prepared you for those sorts of things. I mean, being kicked out without a home because the cash run dry, and to have you as family would be a liability they weren't willing to keep. Instability pipeline homelessness. While little secure adoptions, teens head for the streets. Activated survival of the fittest. So they train themselves to live because adulthood was never taught. And sometimes you gotta shrink a nigga to survive. Where's the outcry? Being emancipated from the streets don't reward shit but loneliness. Looking for lost sheeps in a wolf pack. I wish I could be that. You are not alone. Life may not have given you a home, but my heart became one. See, I molded my heart just for you. And I sent out a signal for your tears. I can never be what you lost or never had. But I can certainly be what you need. Just do this one thing. Tell me a story. She said, lightning whipped the inside of her and left her branded by memory. Scolded with hot water and daily lashings from tongues who spewed hatred, yet choked her at midnight so he could see how she felt. She never liked being touched. Young teens slept in well-lit places because darkness spread legs far wider than consent. Cries were counseled by the bass of songs that talked about slapping bitches and getting money. Longing to be held, but scared that your hand might deny her boundaries, and her PTSD threw her on the streets. And now she's a puppet with demons going in and out of her panties. Because freedom was choosing to bend than recovering from being a subject. No one saw her. That day, I did. I told her the day you released their demons from your womb is the day you set yourself free. But she couldn't hear me. The day you release your demons from their womb is the day you set yourself free. Hug, but release. See, my love has no prerequisites and I don't renege on time spent. I see you. They said life sent them to Dante's Inferno because they were no longer trapped in the closet, but out like wildflowers shining on their own terms. But see, the mother who raised them tried exorcism to cast out the sin of raising children who didn't know the way. Where eye contact constantly painted pictures in the sand because fear sunk in from fathers who wanted the son to be a man. Signed over to a system of vipers who all agreed there was no room for your creed. Cutting superficial because they needed to feel their own pain to release. How could a mother who almost died trying to birth you reject you because of indifference? At least that's what he told me, being born on the spectrum. Deemed the problem child when his language was much more intellectual than hers. He was not normal. And she didn't go through 32 hours of labor for an incel. Denied the opportunity to learn, he was thrown into a system that never took the time to study the rainbow and died catching invisible gold. They should have waited to know you. I've known you already. And I've loved you from airways that sent this message to you. You are not alone. The love she denied you, I give myself to. How can I face the world when I'm being judged by actions committed by generations before? That's what he told me when he couldn't shake my hand. He whispers at sunset because every movement is watched by the NSA, hoping he falls into his father's DNA. Taking a life never made it easy for the donation of society to live through. All eyes are on you to see how far the apple falls, and you panic, doing the bare minimum because a raised voice might get you killed. Forced into a system behind lies that said he was built by behavior. Taunted for genetics that gave you the spitting image of a murderer you wanted no part of, but bullied into being the bully because you're the son of. I see you. I noticed. You are not your father. History doesn't always repeat when the needle breaks on impact. They say motherhood starts too early in the cycle, and history repeats negligence because motherhood can be taught. It's ended into your DNA sequence and you only found out once activated. At least that's what she told me after being aged out during the second trimester. Raped by her guardian son, but yet no one believes her because she must have had been screwing someone jumping house to house. Beat for lies that were clearly truth in plain sight. You were never meant for them, but you were meant to be mine. My child, come home. I see you. You don't have to walk motherhood alone. Postpartum doesn't give warning that bust doors and choose weapons meant to break you. Don't let it. To be emancipated from the system is to be invisible from the world, because not everyone comes with a village. I'll be that village. Just for you. I'll climb the mountains and die crossing oceans just to see you succeed, shouting, "That's my baby." As you cross that stage with degrees, I'll fight your whole row of demons with the sword of the spirit just to notice you, because you were never invisible to me. Come home. In my heart, you can always just be. From these villains you've been fighting, give me that shit. I'ma teach you from here on out. I'm emancipating the caged bird so you'll always be free. Come home. I love you. Because I refuse to see another foster child be pipelined to the streets. Thanks for tuning in to the CS Cafe. Did we ride your mind tonight? Did you feel good? Tune in next time, because you don't wanna miss this.